Hi, Taurus. This is a general reading for the sign of Taurus. If you have Taurus anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Taurus. What is it that you would like Taurus to know or to be aware of for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Taurus. Taurus, at the beginning of my reading, many times you will notice that I smudge. And smudging is a good, simple ritual that helps alleviate or helps force out negative energy, negative vibrations. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Taurus. Many times, a simple ritual is overlooked when smudging to get rid of negative energy. And so when we're done smudging, when we're done getting rid of that negative energy, it's always a good practice or a good idea to bring in good positive energy to fill that space, you know. So when we push that negative energy out, we can invite that negative energy in. We can invite that negative energy in with a simple prayer, or even by using some type of aromatherapy, some type of scent that is pleasing to us in order to bring in good positive energy. And the foundation of this reading, and before we get into the foundation of this reading, let's go ahead and do your intuition cards, your ESP cards. If this is your first time tuning in, with Taurus, what we've been doing is we've been practicing our intuition. I've just been giving these cards a simple little shuffle, and I select one of these cards. Ooh, I don't think we've had this card before, Taurus. And so at the end of the reading, what I'll do is I'll reveal this card. If at any time during this reading you believe you know what that card is, just go ahead and write that in the comment section. And at the end of the card, at the end of the reading, we'll do a reveal and we will see if we were able to connect. I also did want to use this crystal, and so I did get this rose quartz as a gift from my future mother-in-law, so I'm just going to put that right there on that intuition card. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Taurus. What is it that we would like Taurus to know or to be aware of for this reading? And we start off with this Two of Pentacles, balance between the seen and the unseen, the eternal balance that yes, a balance, the need for balance, the want for balance, and it's driven by the Temperance card. And the Temperance card, we could also call that Temperance card the Alchemy, finding ways to bring balance into our lives. Perhaps there's something in life that needs to be brought into balance at this time for you, Taurus. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading. We start off with this Nine of Swords. You know, and this Nine of Swords showed up in the Aries reading in the exact same position. It could be speaking that there's a feeling of needing to be rushed. a feeling of wanting to go faster, a feeling of wanting something done yesterday. There's a pressure, a deadline, a pressure to get things done. And that is driven by the Queen of Swords. Confusion, clearing, being able, a clearer view, a clearer vision, a better understanding. And the Eight of Wands, sudden change, sudden movements, quick change. Suddenly things open up, suddenly things begin to clear. The standstill ends, the stagnation ends, and we start a new journey. We start something new. Taurus, you have the drive to make the world a better place. And this drive has made you a magnet for like-minded people. You have found or are finding the balance and finding the clarity and using your ability to create and this it's turning you into like a magnet for like-minded people. People are wanting to work with you. The universe is bringing like-minded people into your life that will help you, will support you, and are wanting to co-create with you. You have found and created the ability to demonstrate what it is to be a leader. You're stepping into a leadership role. You know how to do leadership right. And because you're able to lead people where they want to go, you are stepping into a leadership role with people who would like to follow you. And they want to follow you because they know that this is going to make or help the world be a better place. And, you know, we don't make the world a better place on a grand scale. Making the world a better place starts on a smaller scale. We start locally, we start small. And I think that you see that and you know that, and that is what you're creating. It's almost like you're creating something out of nothing, and people are wanting to follow you, and people are getting on board with you. That's beautiful and powerful, Taurus. And then we have this Justice card. justice is karma. And look, we have the Magician card. Justice is karma. Justice, and I believe justice, karma in your favor. The energy we put out into the world is the energy that we receive. The universe mirrors to us what it is that we are creating, what it is that our thoughts are. And we have this wonderful Magician card. Making magic happen, new beginnings, fresh starts. Group leadership again. And then we have the intuition card. Making magic happen, following our inner truth, following our inner knowing. I believe, Taurus, when those around us hurt, it is hard to find the actions or the words that will help them through difficult times. By being a soft shoulder to cry on may be the approach that is needed to be able to listen with understanding and without judgment. And you know and you see and you understand that not every situation requires words. And if words are spoken, they don't need to be spoken as advice. They could be spoken as sharing a past experience that you had that was similar, and sharing how it is that you have come to the place in your life where you are. Very good and wonderful friendship, wonderful companionship. I love that, Taurus. And then we have the Knight of Wands. More passion, more fire, more movement. And the Moon cards, secrets revealed, the hidden revealed. The end of the harvest, the reaping of the harvest, the coming home, the completion of a passionate cycle. And then we have the World card, a gift. The universe bringing you in a gift. The hard work, the passion, the desires. Having a true heart, the completion of a cycle. What it is that is revealed. You know, Taurus, any time that we become so busy and so passionate about what it is that's happening in our public life, what it is that's happening in our private life, in our personal life, many times we'll short ourselves on sleep. And when we short ourselves on sleep, we also kind of shortchange our immune system and put our immune system at risk. I think at this time, we really do need to take our sleep seriously. The best gift that you can give yourself at this time is to make sure that you're giving yourself plenty of rest, plenty of sleep, in order to avoid health risk in the future. And before we end this reading, let's go ahead and do a reveal. And were you able to pick the T or the X? If you were able, I'm so glad we were able to connect this week. If not, we can always try again next week. As I say every week with our intuition, it is not about perfection, it's about practice. Thank you, Taurus. You have a blessed week.